Hi guys, I'm Ife from ETC Everything Cannabis. Welcome to the show. Usually, I have music going on and everything, but hey, I've been running around a little bit, so this is what we're gonna do today. We are gonna be talking to Sydney Quitorio, and we're gonna be talking about Native Leaf Co., which is a natural hemp leaf. So we're gonna be talking to him about that today, which I'm excited about, so you can learn about where they come from and what they actually are made of. So stay tuned. And I'm always slow at rolling, so I have a hemp leaf that is, hey, how are you? So we're gonna waiting on the connection. Hi, hey Sydney, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Welcome to the show, ETC Everything Cannabis. Thank you for
Yeah.
being here.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm over here. So actually, I smoked one of these earlier, which is awesome.
Nice. How'd you like it?
Oh my God.
It's
You can tell
different,
by
right?
you see my eyes.
Yeah.
So for
Nice.
me,
But
it just it enhanced the smoke. So I definitely,
yeah,
I definitely felt that. I was like, ooh, I like these. I like these
yeah,
a
it's
lot.
funny. The first time I actually rolled it, I never knew that, oh man, this is like what I've been missing this whole time. And
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like, there's so many times where I bought like exotic top shelf flower and I'm like, I guess I just wasted that the whole time.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's pretty funny though, but
Yeah,
I'm glad you liked
the
it.
the flavor was awesome too. So tell every so for people who don't know who you are, give a little nice introduction about who you are and where you come from.
Yes. So I guess maybe we should start. Well, first off, I don't know if everyone knows here, but originally Native Leaf Co. is actually almost like a sub brand of Purple Rose Supply. So
Okay.
started in the cannabis game with Purple Rose Supply, but even going before that, I actually used to be a software engineer. So
Yeah,
software
I saw that.
engineering was something that I really got into because I really wanted to, I always lived like challenging myself, always trying to be the best me that I could be. And I kind of
Hmm.
like fell into that in school. And then I was like, well, I'm all right at math. And I figured like, okay, let me try to challenge myself and push myself to be a software engineer. I ended up doing it. I worked as a software engineer for, I'm like, what was it, like 7 years, probably something like that. Yeah, like
Hmm.
7 years. And then after a while, working as a software engineer, I mean, it was a good career. It was challenging. I got to learn a lot.
Hmm.
I absolutely loved the experience, but there was no passion in it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like my passion or my smile would kick in when I
Hmm.
would go home. I would roll up. I would smoke,
Yeah.
and then I would be smoking, and I'm like, well, why don't I just do something that I really love? You know, and
Hmm.
then that's kind of what led me to create Purple Rose Supply because I saw I would say like a problem in the market. I
Okay.
heard of Canagars when I first saw them on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Companies out there were like selling these crazy things, and being like a smoker since I was 13, I was like, oh, I've never smoked that before. And I
Right.
saw they were selling
Yeah.
for like $600, $400, and I was like, well, that's crazy. I got to have one, but I don't really, I'm not going to fly all the way to Washington, buy one
Hmm.
for $600, and then
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
ass back home.
Yeah.
So I ended up trying to like mess around, create Canagar molds,
Hmm.
and then after that, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then it kind of hit me like, and at first, it was for myself, but then when I really, really fell in love with it, I wanted to kind of, share it with everyone, and that's how Purple Rose Supply was created.
Hmm.
And then after that, just I don't know if you know a lot about Canagars, but they're traditionally wrapped in the fan leaves,
Hmm.
and they were like green fan leaves, and and a lot of customers were asking for it, and I rolled a couple myself, and I was like, oh, I love the concept of like rolling it with the fan leaves,
Hmm.
but I wasn't like crazily in love with the taste, and then a lot of customers really wanted something natural, so we partnered with another company to for them to produce us shells were
Okay.
actually made out of fan leaves. I don't have any here anymore because we don't make them, but they were
Hmm.
essentially a green shell, and you would just slip the Canagar core. Like I actually have a rolled core right here. you could imagine this is unrolled though, but you would just slip the
Okay.
cord through it,
Mm-hmm.
and they were okay. They gave people, I get like a very natural wrap, and like I
Mm-hmm.
said before, I love the concept, but I just wasn't in love with the execution. The fan leaves,
Yeah.
they had like a slightly hay-like taste. They were grassy,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, the leaves
Yeah, no one likes
they were
grass.
brittle. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly, right.
Yeah.
Leaves were brittle, and then on top of that, they were like not versatile. You could only use it with the Canagar molds.
Uh-huh.
So then I was like, okay, how do we provide our customers with a wrap that kind of fixes these problems? And again, I really thought like, okay, rolling with fan leaves. I mean, it makes the most sense. Like, why not? This is like a wrap that's already provided by the plant. Why
Mm-hmm.
not just take it and roll your herb in
Mm-hmm.
it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I started like, kind of experimenting a little bit. I did a lot of research. I kind of tried to learn the science behind it, and I started to figure out, okay, this is how you do it. If you do it, and I realized if you do it for a very long time, I would actually, this is a little side note, but when I was testing it, I would actually take the leaves and then I would
Mm-hmm.
put them in a pipe and smoke them. And
Mm-hmm.
then after a while, like I figured out, oh, if I do it for a really, really slow period, and the
Mm-hmm.
curing process for a slow period, it actually tasted better than any other wrap out there. And I was doing blind taste tests, and then I even put like people's favorite wraps in there, and then we'd
Mm-hmm.
smoke them, and they would be blindfolded, and they would be like, "There is no way that's my favorite wrap," and I would be like, "No," and I would show them after, and then I had them compare it with native leaf, and I've done the same, and I just realized it was just like the best wrap I ever had.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of when I started getting into thinking, and I was like, well, this should kind of be, it's like a whole different brand, and it what's it called, on top of that, like you could use it for more than just Canagars, and that's why
Yeah.
we wanted to, what I mean, kind of like split it off
Yeah.
into its own brand. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like my long story of
You're
like.
lost. No, I love it. It's a great story. Great story. Great
Yeah.
story. And I know that you have like there's two different size leaves too. There's the Lucy, three
Hmm.
double leaves. That's really good too. Like, and you can put like 1.5 grams in it, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool. So this is what the leaf is gonna look like.
Hmm.
And also it comes with a little hemp wick too, so you can light it, which is pretty cool. So this is
Yeah.
the Able. And so why did you make?
That's my
And so why
favorite.
do you? This one is your favorite? Okay, now why does
Yeah.
it? Why is it? You have to tell me the difference between the Able and the Lucy.
So the Able is something that we wanted to create for people that want to roll up a little bit more. Like, even though they're both the same size, if you
Hmm.
increase the width by like quarter inch on both sides, you could actually fit a lot more herb in that.
Okay.
And so that's why it's kind of just like our you can almost think about it like just a bigger size. And the
Hmm.
Lucy was really created. You could see like the Lucy has a little bit more overlap. It just makes the leaf a little bit thicker, and it's just a little bit easier to roll. So that's where we kind of came up with that. But I would think about it as like two different sizes for
Hmm.
however you're feeling that night.
Exactly. So if you want to have a party, you use the Able. If you want to have like a little personal night, you use the
Yeah.
Lucy.
Oh, I see White Hat Warrior over there. What's up,
Hey,
man?
White Hat Warrior. Hello.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
awesome
Tom,
right there.
and Tomas is in here too as well. Thanks everyone for tuning in. There's Red MC5
Oh, I didn't even see
and
these
Hugh
comments. If
Daz.
people
I know I
joining.
didn't see either. Hey guys, going hello, Danny X. What's up, everybody? They said best leaf wrap ever. It is definitely, definitely. I would say that smoking this. It was a slow burn too. It's another thing that
Yeah,
I like.
yeah.
They burn. How'd you create the slow burning? Because a lot of them just they burn really
Hmm.
fast.
Yeah, and that's really just because our leaf, it's not really a paper, right?
Hmm.
So paper is basically made from, I don't know if you ever did this as a kid, but I don't even remember what grade we did this in, but they would kind of like do like you do like we did a paper making thing, right? But it's the
Hmm.
same concept. You take material, you grind it all up, and
Hmm.
then you kind of like mesh it together, right?
Yeah.
And and it comes out very, very thin. That's why like rolling papers, they're very, very thin. But when you light one of those, they just burn like crazy. Like if you were to take a rolling paper, light it up right now, it just
Hmm.
instantly go ablaze, right? But with the leaf, like it's actually a living, or I mean, it was a living wrap. It has like a lot more material to it. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a lot thicker, and it's just I guess maybe I don't know the full the full what's it called some of the terms, but
That's okay.
yeah, but
I
it
understand what you're
is a
saying.
lot thicker, and it's an organic material, you know,
Yes.
so it's
Yes.
gonna burn at a completely different rate, almost similar to like very thick tobacco wraps. I would even say you know, those similarly they burn a lot slower than papers. It's kind of like that, except obviously without the tobacco.
Exactly.
And I would
Yes.
say it burns even slower than tobacco
Any
wraps out there.
tobacco wraps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely did burn slower. It lasted longer. I like the way it does wrap and it holds together as well. And you
Mm-hmm.
also get, and in the packet also came with organic plant glue pen, which is pretty cool. Because I was
Yeah,
using it. Yeah, I was using it.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. I wrapped
At
it and I have
first,
to.
you know, I actually tried to look for organic plant glue out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was like, you know, I was shopping around, I was talking to different like glue makers out there, and I would ask them, I would say, well, what's the ingredients in this? And then they would give me like this long list, and I'm like, I, I don't want any of that in my product. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Yeah.
believe, and I was a little shocked. I was like, I can't believe like you guys sell this. You know, no disrespect to anybody, but I really, again, I wanted like a very natural wrap, and I figured out that okay, you know, I did some research again, and I figured out, oh wow, you can actually make glue with two ingredients, which
Okay.
is in my or to my knowledge, we're the only glue out there that just has two ingredients.
Okay. Okay. Don't give us the ingredients. Don't give us the
Yeah.
secret. No one has to know.
Is it on the bottle? It's on. Don't worry. It's already on the bottle.
It's only, but she says,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. And speaking of the secret, I was reading in the bio that the secret is actually one of the reasons that inspired you to start Native Leaf Co.
Yeah. Well, I would say, excuse me, very indirectly. I read The Secret, I think when I was like 17 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
although I don't like fully believe in a lot of the things that they talk about now,
Mm-hmm.
like it kind of like got me to think, or it kind of took me on a journey of like, this is what my life would be like if I start like working on improving myself, you know,
Yeah.
and kind of like, I guess it just snowballed from there. You know what I mean? It started out with something small, and I like, you know, I thought about it, I manifested it, and then after that, I was like, oh wow, that goal happened, and then like later on, I realized that it only happened because I kept thinking about it and I was like taking action towards it, and
Mm-hmm.
then like it just kept snowballing, and I guess I just never stopped, and then like I guess I got addicted to growth, and that's actually why in both Purple Rose Supply and Native Leaf Co, like continuous improvement is such a strong part of our value, and it's like embedded in the DNA of the company. It's embedded like with how we treat the process,
Mm-hmm.
how we treat all our employees. You know,
Oh, that's awesome.
we really like focus on everyone's growth,
Mm-hmm.
not just like us ourselves, like
Uh-huh.
you know, I mean, like the core of the team, but everyone we're kind of like connected to. We always want to help people like grow and better themselves, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what we always try to like offer, even like outside the company as well. We want to start hosting some of the lunch and learns that we do internally, and we
Yeah.
kind of start spreading that like and make it as like a open seminar. If you want to come and you want to come to our location and you just want to learn about some topic, it could be
Mm-hmm.
like Excel, meditation, and mindfulness. That's actually one of our core values as well. We
Oh,
do
that's pretty cool.
meditation
Meditation.
every
Wow.
Mondays, yeah, and
Yeah.
stretching
Yeah.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we try to offer that, and as well as like internships for a lot of people that just want to come in and learn. Like it doesn't really even matter where you're at, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
we want to build you to the highest you can go, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's awesome. And it's so super cool, you know, what you guys are doing. Can you tell us where they can people can grab and get them some native leaf co leaves leaves themselves?
That would be at nativeleafco.com.
All
Yeah.
right. So you guys heard them,
And
nativeleafco.com.
there is a wait list, so you guys might want to hop on and jump on real quick.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
wait list. Oh my God, I got skipped over. Oh, you skipped me. You
Yeah.
skipped everybody. Oh my God, I feel so
Yeah.
honored.
Yeah. I think the wait list is how many people right now? 2,500. Yeah, it's 2,500 people right now.
Wow.
Because the way we produce them